What's up, meatbags? It's the often imitated, never duplicated Tony TGD. And as you can see by the title of this video, Insomniac just can't help themselves. They just can't help themselves, going even further woke, even more leftist nonsense being pumped into your Spider-Man game. Sidelining, pushing Peter Parker, the Spider-Man, to the side, getting rid of him, and trying to replace him with Miles Morales. Miles Morales? What kind of bullshit is that? Now, before we get to the article, and if you don't want to get spoiled, then probably skip to the end of this video. But before we get to that, let me just remind you to like the video, share this with your friends. They're going to want to hear this. They need to hear this. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. And consider getting a membership because you're going to want to be around when we talk about bullshit like this. Now, for those of you who haven't played Spider-Man 2, let me save you the trouble. It is woke. It is bullshit. It is leftist retardation at its finest. Now, this is going to spoil the end of the game, but you don't even care about that shit because the game is so stupid, so leftist, so retarded. You're not even going to want to play it. But let me spoil it for you. It says, not only did they make Mary Jane ugly as a dog. It was self-insert, a stupid self-insert Mary Jane. But they had the gall to force you to play Mary Jane while sidelining Peter, even sidelining the second string Miles Morales. They made you play as Mary Jane fighting off symbiotes. What kind of garbage is that? Now this comes from IO9. As you can see, it says, you said earlier you basically knew right away that you wanted playable Venom. Does that also apply to the ending? This game with Miles as the main Spider-Man from now on. The main Spider-Man. Getting rid of Peter Parker. Erasing your childhood. Destroying the legacy. Stan Lee is rolling in his grave right now. Reading this. Hearing this. Stan Lee rolling in his grave. Morris says, it always felt natural to replace white Peter Parker with Miles Morales. Natural. And I think we all collectively thought it would happen. They knew it would happen because they're dirty leftists, always trying to insult the viewer, always trying to insult the intelligence of normal people like me and you, always trying to push their agenda, push their leftist agenda. To me, it shows a great deal of evolution from Miles at the beginning of the game. We see him struggling to figure out what he wants to do with his life. You know what he wants to do? He wants to steal Peter Parker's life because he wants to be Peter Parker. He wants to be Spider-Man, but he isn't Spider-Man. Miles Morales is Miles Morales, and there is nothing that Insomniac can say to change that. By the end, we had Miles carrying the burden of saving the city. Of course, push the white guy aside, make the Afro-Latino save the city. He can do no wrong. He's better than Peter. We know it. We get it. Leftist destroying childhoods. And also carrying Pete when Pete wasn't strong enough to carry himself at various points. Yeah, the poor white man couldn't do nothing. He needed the young Afro-Latino to help him. Typical leftist Hollywood Marxist bullshit. That's what's been so cool about writing a story about one Spider-Man and one Miles Morales. They're both strong, and one of them can be strong when the other is not. I wonder which one is not. I wonder which is the one that was not. By the end, Miles is more confident. He's like, yeah, I got this. I'll take your mantle. I'll steal your costume. I'll steal your spot, Peter. I'll be Spider-Man when it's supposed to be you. How much worse can things get after what we just went through? Yeah. After what we just went through, how much worse can it get? You know how much worse it can get? Miles Morales being the main quote-unquote Spider-Man. Of course, this is a female writer saying this. A female writing for Spider-Man. A male character. No wonder she had to undercut and inject her idiocy, her feminism into this. They go on to say, to echo what Brittany said, the idea of two Spider-Man story was always really essential to this game. I think pretty early on, we knew that we wanted to have the moment of handing the reins over. They knew from the beginning of the game that they wanted to replace Peter Parker. They wanted to take Spider-Man away from all of you, from me, from you, from all the kids. They wanted to take him away and inject Miles. They knew it from the beginning. And as we developed it, as we started to lay down more track leading up to that moment, it just felt more and more right. It felt right to replace white Peter Parker with Afro-Latino Miles. Felt right. Because they're leftists. Because they're dirty leftists. I think it was John who wrote that scene in Aunt May's garage. And it's one of my favorite scenes. Yeah, her favorite scene is replacing Peter Parker, pushing Peter to the side so they could put the spotlight on Miles. That's their favorite scene. The way that Miles intuits exactly what Peter's thinking. Because, he's so smart. Peter's so dumb that even Miles can know what he's thinking. And stops him from stumbling through trying to hand over the mask. The poor, clumsy white man, he couldn't figure it out. He needed the Afro-Latino to tell him what to do, to take the mask from him. Miles going, I got this, bro. It's such a great moment to steal Peter Parker away from the white people and give it to the POC, right? And it felt like such a natural conclusion. Yeah, a natural conclusion to leftist ideology, replacing the white Peter Parker that Stan Lee created, that Stan Lee wanted to be Spider-Man, with some token character. It's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. I'm not sure when we decided to do that. They decided from the get-go. They decided from Spider-Man 1 that they wanted to replace Peter because they wanted to inject their woke leftist ideology into your game, into your children's games. They want to put that into your children's hands so your children can play that game and understand that POC is better. But it always felt like the only way the game could end, replacing Peter. Oh, that's the only way leftists could figure out how to make a Spider-Man game, is to get rid of Spider-Man. I don't know about you people, but I am sick and tired of these lefties rooting our media, rooting our video games, rooting all the things we love. I'm tired. I am sick and I am tired of this bullshit. And I don't think we could win. I don't know if we can win. Now I'm going to fight the good fight. I'm going to fight the good fight for you. So all you got to do is become a member of the channel. 99 cents every month. You'll be a member of the channel. You'll help us fight the good fight, to keep stories like this into your brain, to let you know what's going on, to point out all the woke bullshit that they're injecting into your video games. I'll do all the thinking for you. I'll tell you what to hate. I'll tell you what to be angry about. Just give me a bunch of money and everything will be fucking okay. Well, if you made it through the video, then obviously you understand that this was all satire, and I don't believe any of that shit I just said. In fact, I actually think it's pretty cool that Miles Morales is going to take the reins. Peter's going to go off, have his happy ending, probably get drawn out in the third game by the Green Goblin, probably because Miles is going to get in and over his head. In between Spider-Man 2 and 3, there'll probably be a Cindy Moon spin-off game, kind of like how there was a Miles game, giving Miles a chance to kind of be a mentor instead of just being a mentee. So all in all, I'm actually excited to see where this goes. I actually like Miles' powers in the game. They're real fun to play with, real interesting. They hinted at maybe giving him a symbiote, so we might see the symbiote come back in the in-betweenquel, and we'll get Miles infected with some symbiote action. I think that'll be pretty cool. So let me know what you think. If you made it this far in the video, if you made it to the end, congratulations. You're awesome. You realize that this was all just a joke. You probably, if you know me, you realize it was a joke from the beginning. But that's because you're awesome. But until next time, love, peace, booty grease. I'm out this bitch.